It's a huge tentpole, probably the most expensive movie that's going to be made with a sprawling cast. I couldn't believe they were going to make that date. So,
what if the Hollywood storyline you just heard, Blake Lively forming a revenge squad and Ryan Reynolds' movie stalling, wasn't fiction but reality? We're unpacking how Reynolds' next film got tangled in this mess and why fans believe there's more to the situation than just a rescheduled release.
Go to Ryan Reynolds because Ryan's next movie has suffered a major blow. Now they're playing it like it's Hollywood scheduling problems, which it could be. It could be. But his upcoming movie has been delayed a staggering 7 months amid the Blake Lively drama. It's hard to not see this as, let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit. The Animal Friends R-rated combo, live-action animated combo, starring Reynolds, was previously slated for this fall, October. However, Warner Brothers and Legendary have now postponed it to May. Now, that would be 2 months after the trial, so some cool down period, I assume. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not delayed further, if this goes to trial. The date change went public this Tuesday, but no reason was officially announced for the substantial alteration to the scheduling. May 1st was supposed to be the release of Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, but now that pick's been moved to December, and honestly, that one makes sense. They just started shooting. It's a huge tentpole, probably the most expensive movie that's going to be made with a sprawling cast. I couldn't believe they were going to make that date. So I'm not surprised they pushed Doomsday. But Animal Friends, I don't know. There could be problems with the movie. Who knows? But I find it hard to believe it wouldn't also be somewhat involved with this drama, because you don't want to have this movie dropping right now and having to deal with the backlash. Maybe they're assuming by May, it'll be over. Reynolds stars in the film along with Aubrey Plaza, Jason Momoa, Addison Rae, Eric Andre, Dan Levy, Rob Delaney again from Deadpool, Wolverine.
Why would Warner Brothers and Legendary suddenly delay a much-anticipated film by 7 months? That's the buzz after the October premiere of Ryan Reynolds' Animal Friends was unexpectedly pushed to May. The studio's vague statement didn't explain the reason, and that silence only sparked more rumors. With stars like Reynolds, Aubrey Plaza, and Jason Momoa, a delay this late is highly unusual, especially with zero promotional content released. It hints at more than just poor timing. Some suggest competition could be the excuse. October brings Jennifer Lopez's revenge thriller and Disney's new Tron, but studios book release dates strategically years in advance. If saving October was really the goal, they wouldn't postpone all the way to spring. Such a long delay screams damage control. That usually means deeper issues, like reshoots, audience dissatisfaction, or even the potential fallout from personal scandals. And yes, attention on Blake Lively's recent troubles seems to fit the bill. Could the studio be waiting for her headlines to die down before rolling out a campaign? We'll delve into that next.
Previously listed, October 10th was, I guess, Jennifer Lopez's movie. But yeah, and the new Tron film. So there was some competition potentially, but yeah, it's hard to not see this, as Daily Mail is also seeing it, as a way to avoid itself. And again, this was confirmed in the trades, deadline, etc., as Warner Brothers Legendary is moving these. So not surprised fully. Now, Ryan and Hugh are also buying an Australian sailing team. They really are linked in together, full on. It's clear they got each other's back, and whatever. It is what it is. Friends should have each other's back. They are now joining CEO Tom Slingsby to do the Sail GP team, the Bonds Flying Ruse. So Ryan's had a lot of success with soccer. It sounds like Hugh wants to get in and do one with him regarding sailing. Ryan must have felt pretty confident, because as much as we want to knock Ryan, he's been a pretty smart businessman in him building his brands. Bad at PR and this drama with his wife, but pretty good at other PR and good at business. So who knows what this means. But anyway, they're buying a competitive sailing team. Maybe, I'm sure they'll try to do a Hulu show around it as well, where Hugh and Ryan show up, mark my words. But this Australian team competes in a Sail GP international sailing competition. Any you guys familiar with that? Let me know. I'm not. But founded by Oracle founder Larry Ellison. Again, look at these rich people that Ryan is associated with, and Hugh. He's still making big deals. He's still got a lot of money in the line. He's investing. It's smart, because then all these other money people, don't want to cut him loose. He wants to keep playing with the big boys. And I suspect Ryan always will. Blake's the big problem. I've heard rumors, again, total speculation rumors, from insiders in Hollywood who are like, within a couple years, that couple's going to be divorced. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but good people who would hear good info are telling.
Could Blake Lively's behind-the-scenes drama be impacting Ryan Reynolds' film schedule? Rumor has it Hollywood insiders aren't ruling it out. Reports suggest Blake's embroiled in lawsuits, broken friendships, and an image crisis. Addict 2. The core of the controversy is a rumored feud with Taylor Swift. Allegedly, Blake's team reached out to Taylor's people during Super Bowl season, prompting backlash. Word even came from Taylor's father to Blake's legal reps. Taylor quickly distanced herself. Gigi Hadid also quietly departed from the circle. Amid the fallout, Blake appears to be rallying support, reportedly aligning with her sisters and a select group of allies in a move some call a revenge squad. One insider noted, "Blake's hurt and she's taking action." This isn't just private drama, it's primetime spectacle, and Hollywood cares deeply about optics. Even if Ryan isn't involved, proximity to controversy can threaten box office appeal. Pulling animal friends may be a tactic to shield the film from exploding headlines by waiting out the storm.
Quiet, Ryan, because you guys are trying to force down a narrative and we are refusing to accept it. Now, I wasn't there, but all I know, a lot of crew members now I've spoken to who were there, they all say this didn't happen. But was there some other miscommunication or problem with your wife and Justin? Maybe. But was all this worth it? Absolutely not. And now it's affecting your work. Now it's affecting your boss over at Disney, which you finally got to step in with this big, huge, successful movie, but now you can't even post an Instagram post without leaving the comments on. You have to turn them off. Like, this is not good for your brand, brother. This is not worth it. Now, I've had other sources, less of them, but sources deep inside saying, divorce is gonna come in a couple years.
When a major studio like Warner Brothers suddenly shifts a film's release date by 7 months, it's more than a calendar update. It's a red flag. Release dates are planned with precision, considering everything from rival films to marketing, cycles and audience mood. They even account for global events. So when Animal Friends vanished from the October lineup, it sent a ripple across Hollywood. No competition explanation fits when no promotional material is released. Studios typically have teasers and trailers ready months in advance. Going silent suggests they're avoiding attention, for reasons beyond crowded film schedules. A star's personal scandal, even tangentially linked, can undo months of marketing. We've seen it before. All the money in the world delayed. Reshoots after Kevin Spacey's scandal to avoid PR fallout. Silence becomes a strategy. Delaying until May gives Warner Bros. Time to let attention drift away from Blake's controversies. It's not about box office battles, it's about managing public perception.
Ryan Reynolds has a very lucrative deal through Fox, through everything that he's in bed with them. They can't afford to cut him loose, but they can have a talk and tell him, Ryan, this is not good. But Ryan seems to be so stubborn and aggressively trying to prove the proof is out there, and I don't know what this man is thinking. But from what I've heard now from multiple, I heard this a little bit ago, and I heard it from some newer sources today, confirming that yes, Bob Iger himself and Disney have been trying to get Ryan Reynolds to drop this nonsense. Just like Taylor Swift, just like everybody else involved, nobody wants to be involved in this. And now they've put on a brave face. They have made it clear they're not going to play nice pool with Justin over these Deadpool requests of getting information from the film. But it's Justin's right. This is all absolutely valid. This is not frivolous. He is demanding that they hold on to these documents so that he can do his discovery to figure it out. It's not up for a judge to deem what's frivolous this early on in a case. That's what the case is for, Ryan. So you don't get to just throw your power around and keep demanding that it's frivolous and to go away and blah, 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 blah. You are so out of touch. It's wild. You guys started this lawsuit. Let's not forget, you were the ones who started the lawsuit, and Justin's proven fairly that a lot of what your wife is saying didn't seem to happen.
Ryan Reynolds has built a reputation for sharp branding. From turning Mint Mobile into a billion-dollar triumph to reviving interest in European underdog Wrexham AFC. He's the golden boy who slays tweets and seals billion-dollar deals. But Now Blake Lively's public turmoil has started to paint cracks in that image. Ryan has stayed quiet about the movie delay, a move that feels calculated, not casual. In Tinseltown, silence often speaks louder than words. Let speculation swirl and let the studio steer the narrative. It's classic Hollywood crisis management. Still, is Reynolds deflecting spotlight or strategically diffusing tension? Recently, he's teamed up with Hugh Jackman on a surprise investment in an Australian sailing endeavor. This isn't just a business deal, it's a distraction. They're portraying calm, collective energy. They're aligned, launching something together, said one source. It's a powerful signal. I'm winning elsewhere, unaffected by the drama. But in the entertainment industry, associations matter. Reynolds knows the value of powerful allies. He's even stayed connected to Oracle's Larry Ellison to anchor his credibility. One insider suggested it's a smart hedge against fallout. His public silence on Animal Friends may be intentional, giving studios wiggle room to respond. But for someone so PR savvy, this deliberate quietness raises questions. Is he in control, or is he holding his breath? The way he navigates this phase could shape his reputation and legacy for years to come.
Victims! I don't believe you are. There's so much more important stuff happening in the world. And real abuse with Harvey on trial and others. The Diddy case. These are real cases we should be focusing our energy on and time and resources. Not because he looked me in the eyes while I was breastfeeding. This is absolutely ridiculous. Talk about frivolous. But anyway, now he's trying to ask the judge to ding Justin's team financially. But JB has pointed the finger back. Of course, this is all. Every time there's a story, someone does one and then they do the other, and I'm getting a little bored of it all because the Deadpool star on Tuesday hit back against JB and his team with a request for monetary sanctions, which they say is a reaction to the preposterous defamation lawsuit that makes a mockery of the legal system. That's not up for the judge to deem. This is why we're in discovery. This is why we're doing depositions. Dude, you don't get to just end it before he's even gotten to ask people and get the facts. There is enough here to get information. The fact that your team was out there asking Taylor to delete text messages and show support